if it's alright by you, I wanted to ask you some extremely personal questions, okay? Extremely personal. But don't worry, I will do my best not to make you uncomfortable with these questions. So, in front of me, and by in front of me I mean down and to my left of me, I have a fat list of questions right from my very own brain. Yeah, it was really tricky. But I actually used my brain for you guys. Thought up some original ideas. And it hurts so bad, but you know what? Anything for you guys. So I have plenty of questions. I'm definitely not going to be able to knock them all out in one video unless it was super long. So if you really like this one, I have more questions queued up, and let me know in the comments. You have to. Let's begin. If you had to change your name, change your first name to a different name, what would you call yourself? Okay. Interesting. I'm just gonna write that down real quick. So, you told me what name you would change your name to if you had to. But if you think there is another name you look like, for example, if a stranger were to walk up to you and just guess a name, you look like a blank. What do you think it would be? What name do you think? It's not just a name you like, but it's one that someone might guess is your name. Maybe matches with your face. It's a tricky one, I know. I have an answer to this one because I used to get called Chloe all the motherfucking time when I was younger. Chloe. And I don't know why. However, I've changed a lot since being in school, so it's possible that that is not accurate anymore. If you had to name me, just based on a random guess, vibe alone, what do you think? Alright, that's not the personal question. I'm just going on a tangent. Okay. On a scale from 1 to 10, how messy is your room right now? Okay. And on a regular basis, how messy is your room? Like, is this the standard, or is it usually? Okay. Yeah, for me, I'd have to rate mine like a 2 or a 3. Do you remember what your first ever password was? Like, say your first account was on Webkins. My first ever account was on Webkins. And your dad was cooking up a fire-ass password for you. What was the password? Interesting. Okay, interesting. Do you ever talk to yourself out loud? Someone who is a talker to self or out louder. Okay, interesting. And I told you they were personal. I have a question for you. Do you have like an issue with public restrooms? Now, don't get me wrong. I know nobody likes a public restroom, but are you like particularly averted to them? You only use restrooms in your private home? Okay. I know some folks who will literally want to leave a function because they have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, damn, that is so incredibly inconvenient to oneself. Okay. Next. Do you pop your knuckles and or other joints? And if so, if you do, which joints do you crack? Like fingers, toes, neck? I just know for those of you who are chronic knuckle crackers, I just made you do it. You just did it, didn't you? Yeah. Because I can't lie, even talking about it, I get the urge to do it. Interesting. Okay, yeah. I do my knuckles, my toes, I've only recently been able to pop my back, and it's just one pop. Can't do my neck, can't do anything else. I used to be able to pop my ankles, and I still can a little bit if I. Oh, that was my toes, not my ankles, but. Alright. Next. Do you like your natural hair color? Are you happy with your natural hair color? Interesting, yeah. Okay. Now, on a similar related note, do you like your natural eye color? Or are you one of those people that's like, oh, I wish I was born with blue eyes. I wish I was born with brown eyes. Okay. Next. Now, don't worry, I won't tell anyone you weren't in trouble. I'm not a cop. Have you ever stolen something from a store? Oh, okay. More than once or just... Okay. Alright. Have you ever stolen something from someone's house? Now, don't be silly and ask me, oh, do you mean on accident? No, that's not stealing. I mean, like, did you see something that your friend had? Oh, they don't use that. Yoink. Did you ever yoink something from... Okay. This is a pretty general one. For all my jewelry wearers, do you wear gold or silver jewelry? Or both? Do you mix and match? Okay. Do you know both of your parents' or legal guardians' phone numbers by heart? Off the top of the dome. Do you know both of their phone numbers? Interesting. Okay. I'm not gonna lie if you said. Do you still have your baby blanket or stuffed animal? Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Do you remember who your first crush was and what was their name? Okay. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people had crushes very, very young. Now, I don't know if it's because of some sort of social conditioning, like I grew up in a pretty religious environment, but I did not even have a crush on someone until like 7th or 8th grade, which means I was like 13 already. So, interesting. Yeah. Okay. Are you named after anything or anyone in particular? Got it. I've never heard. Yeah. Okay. Are you good at spelling? Do you have issues with spelling? Do you rely on that spell check? Do you? Do you ever use ChatGPT? And if so, how often do you use it? How many pillows do you sleep with at night? Me personally, I like a 2-pillow situation. Okay. Interesting. This is like kind of like a morality, value-based question. How important do you think it is in life in general to follow the rules? How much of a rule follower are you, or how much do you value following the rules? Okay, interesting. Okay, riddle me this. How many times in your life have you moved? And by moved, I mean like relocated, not like bust a move type move. Okay. I don't know, like, what is more common. Is it more common to be a person who has lived the same spot their whole life, that can't be it, right? It has to be more common that you've at least moved once. I've moved like a whole bunch of times. A lot of my friends here have lived in the same place their whole life. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh, and a further question. Do you know the address of every place you have lived? I do not. Okay, this is a kind of an interesting one. I saw some discourse about this online recently, and I would like to know everybody's thoughts, questions, or feelings, opinions. How often do you wash the following items? Like run them through the laundry. Number 1. How often do you wash your sheets? Your bed sheets. How often do you wash your pillowcases? More frequently than the sheets, or every time you wash your sheets, you just lump it in? Okay. Now, how about this? How often would you wash a pair of jeans? Like, after how many wears do you put your jeans in the laundry? Okay. Now, how often do you wash your bath towels? After how many uses? Okay. And finally, how often do you wash your bras? How many wears do you give it? Okay. Oh, you'd like to know my answers to these questions? Of course you do. It's my channel. I make the rules. My answers would be sheets every 2 weeks, pillowcases every week. Sometimes I push it a little. Jeans, I don't really wear jeans, so it doesn't super apply, but like maybe every 3 wears. Bras I wash everywhere. Sorry. And what was the other one? Oh, towels. Now this is probably the least popular of, or least common of my tendencies. I wash my towels after like everywhere, or what I will do is I will use a towel one time as like a body towel, and then the second time it gets used for my hair, not my body. I don't know. I just get super icked out by towels for some reason. Anyway, next question. What was it? Oh, when you get new clothes and the tags are still on. Wow. Okay, log in. When you get new clothes and the tags are still on, do you consistently cut the tags off, or do you just like kind of tear or rip that plastic part to get it off? Yeah. I'm sure a lot of these questions, it's gonna be like your answer is something along the lines of it depends on the situation, but you know, just whichever one you lean towards is kind of the answer I'm looking for. Alright. This next one's kind of tea, so I kinda wanna know your guys' answer for realsies, but do you that scared me. Do you delete photos of exes or ex-best friends? I don't know, maybe you had a really bad friendship breakup. Do you keep the photos in your camera roll? Maybe you're just like, oh, it's just like archiving, or not all the memories are bad. Or do you go through and delete all those to get that bad juju out, or so you don't have to think about it, etc. You probably have your reasons, but either way. Okay. Interesting. And are you one of those people that always keeps their browser, I'm mainly talking about on your phone, in private mode? Yeah, I know a lot of people prefer to do that. Personally, I don't. I feel like it just isn't making that much of a difference. Like, I don't know. They're already getting my data. Alright. Have you ever, or did you ever, sneak out of the house? Sneak out of the house when you were supposed to be at home. You got it. Okay. And this one's interesting too. I feel like I'm learning a secret about you. What is one thing that your friends like, or maybe your family, I'm gonna stick with friends, that your friends really like, but you do not? And the follow-up question is, do you express that you don't like it, or do you just kind of zip your lips, avoid that hater energy, and just push through? Yeah. My answer to that one would be yes, but I feel like I'm relatively vocal about it, just like not annoying to an annoying extent. I'm not gonna whine about it. I just go along. My friends, they like to shop, which I like shopping in some respects, like certain stores or secondhand shopping. But they like to go to some of those bigger stores like Target, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, that sort of thing. And I really just do not enjoy those establishments altogether. However, when I'm with the girls and they want to go shopping, I'm just going to tag along. I'm not going to be a little whiny baby about it. So they know to a degree that I don't like that because I never buy anything and I kind of get bored in those stores. But that would be my answer. Okay. Who in your life, what person, individual in your life do you get irritated by the most? Okay. Yeah, a lot of times it's the person you see or interact with the most frequently that ends up irritating you the most, just because you know them so well. Okay, here's one about your childhood. When you were growing up, did your parents had like a bedtime putting you to bed routine? Did they tuck you in? Did they sing like lullabies or read stories? Was there a specific one? Okay. Yeah, interesting. Next question. Do you have phone call anxiety? Okay. I dread talking on the phone. I do it because, I'm an adult and I have to, but I really avoid it when I can. Okay. Do you feel, be honest with yourself, do you think you are a hard worker? How often do you lie? And do you think you're a good liar? Interesting. Okay. Now, what about when you were a child? I know some of you out there had to have been that lying child, because we all knew one. Okay, in elementary school, it's a bit more acceptable. It's pretty common, right, for kids to tell fibs when they're younger. So I want everyone who was one of the liars, one of the chronic fibbers, to raise their hand. It wasn't me. That's not what I'm saying. I was not a fibber. Okay, I'm taking note of which of you to trust. No, I'm just playing. Let's see. How important are aligned political beliefs to you in a partner? Okay. Right. And do you like where you live? Do you like the place you live? Or do you wish that you could move? Or plan to move, I guess. Okay. Alright. What is your alcoholic drink of choice? Now, if you're under the drinking age in your country, I want you to lie to me right now and say you don't drink, because otherwise I'm gonna have to shake my finger at you and say, but what is your alcoholic drink of choice? If you had to estimate, would you say you listen to more male or female musicians? Interesting. Alright. Do you prefer bright, like white lighting? For example, like fluorescent or like LED type lighting? Or do you prefer like a warm yellow lighting? Alright. When you dry yourself with a towel, for example, like when you're getting out of the shower, do you pat dry with the towel? Do you scrub dry, maybe like with the towel, or are you a freaking rebel and you just wrap that shit around you and say, screw it, I'll dry? Okay, interesting. But that kind of makes me think of a different question. Long hair havers, are you a turban wearer where you throw it up in the little hair towel? Are you a scrunch and then air dry? What are you? Okay. Oh, we've got a messy one here. Another one that's a little bit gossipy, not gonna lie. If you have a friend group, this question is for you. Who is your least favorite friend of the friend group? Now, least favorite is strong verbiage. If there's no one that you like beef with, that you resent, you can also just answer, who's the least close to you in the friend group. Okay. Yeah, I truly think that in large friend groups, that something like that, some of that unspoken beef is hard to avoid because there's so much holding you all in place, right? Like, it's not so easy to just not like someone and not hang out with them if everyone else in the friend group is not on the same page, Oh, okay, this one's really important, so listen up, turn your listening ears on, people. Do you subscribe to Thumbnail Sounds ASMR? Okay, if you answered no, follow-up question. Will you subscribe to Thumbnail Sounds ASMR? That's going to conclude this video. If you liked it, let me know in the comments, and I mean that. I'm not just saying that. I thrive on your feedback. I feed on it. And it lets me know what videos to make in the future. So let me know in the comments if you liked it. Maybe hit subscribe. Maybe I have an guys, don't get mad at me. Subscribe to my channel. It's 100% free. I don't know if you guys know that, but it actually is 100% free, and all it requires you to do is like click a button on your screen, which you be doing all the time. I know how much you're on your phone. Yeah, I'm in your phone right now. Actually, for some of you, I'm probably on your TV or on your laptop or on your tablet. I hope you have a wonderful week, and if you aren't going to have a wonderful week, I hope one wonderful thing happens to you this week. Okay? So, goodbye, my pookies. I'll see you in the next one.